So since my last video was multiplayer for Bioshock 2, I decided to follow up with another one because recently I've been watching a lot of videos about FPS games in general. Anything from Destiny 2 to Warzone to Cold War, Apex Legends, you name it. And this just has me thinking because I get that feeling that with the next installment in the Bioshock franchise, we're going to get some sort of multiplayer. Whether it's an actual PvP system, or if they try to do, which I really hope not, but if they try to do something like Fallout 76, and again, I truly hope not. But there's something that a lot of those games that I mentioned have in common and are an ongoing issue. That being cheaters, hackers, whatever you like to call them. So, if Bioshock 3, Bioshock 4, the new Bioshock, Bioshock Parkside, whatever they decide to name this game, comes out and it has a multiplayer, what is going to be the biggest thing that is going to be needed to be implemented in the game to make sure it stays alive? Let's talk about that, but we'll address some of the minor ones first. So, right, the small stuff. First and foremost, I want a game that feels like it's fully polished and actually works well. I want good gameplay that's fun, smooth, and it feels fluid. And I would like audio design to accompany that as well because I want everything to look and feel polished. And also, obviously, there's going to be some bugs, there's going to be some glitches. That's okay. Just make sure we fix those when it's addressed. And hopefully, 2K and Cloud Chamber will be paying attention if glitches or any sort of exploit is uploaded or tweeted at them. I'll make sure I do all that I can to make sure that gets fixed. The second thing is something that means a lot to me personally, and this kind of fell on the back burner in terms of Bioshock 2's multiplayer. If you're going to add some sort of multiplayer feature to this game, you absolutely, and I mean absolutely, need to make sure you're taking care of this. Whether that's fixing things that are broken, or making the game fun, or if someone points out a flaw in the game, hopefully we can get this fixed as a community. I don't want to see people sending hate to the community manager, whoever that happens to be, about things that they can't control because obviously it falls on the developers. So if you're going to add a multiplayer, please take care of it as the developer. And again, I'll do all that I can to make sure 2K at least takes notice. Or if Cloud Chamber finally gets a social media team, I'll tweet at them or I'll send them an email or something. We'll figure it out as time goes on. The next one just has to do with a lot of quality of life. So if you want to make this a fun multiplayer, make sure you give the players a wide variety of things to do in that multiplayer. Whether that's choosing a character, customizing that character, choosing between one of 40 to 50 different weapons. If you want, you can throw sort of camos on the weapons. You can throw different characters in there. You want Booker? You got him. You want Elizabeth? You got her. You want one of the Lutece twins? That's fine. You want Jack? Even better. You can customize them. You know what I mean? Just give the players a lot of stuff to do and give them incentive to stay on the game. There's a lot more that I didn't mention, like let's say throw different game modes in there, different maps, weapons, obviously. If you want to throw Big Daddy suits in there or whatever the next invention or iteration of Big Daddy is going to be, throw that in there. That's completely fine with me. I just want a lot to do within that game, and I want a lot for this next reason as well. And that final reason before we get to the big one is I want a reason to continue playing the game. If you want, let's take a look at old school Call of Duty. the prestige system. If you want to throw something like that into your multiplayer, it's going to keep people around. It's going to want people to climb those ranks, reset, and get even higher in the ranks. To me, it just makes too much sense. And if you want to base the ranks on, let's say, characteristics of Rapture or Columbia, by all means do that, or whatever your next plot or city or location or city name is going to be. Just base it off of that. Just give your players some fun stuff to grind for. And I guarantee you, you will have a loyal fan base if you do all of the previously mentioned things, as well as this final one. Well, the final one's here. I'm not going to build it up anymore. It's basically an anti-cheat, or whatever the equivalent is on consoles. As I stated at the beginning of the video, I have been watching a lot of FPS videos recently, and more specifically multiplayer. There is a lot of cheating going on that I see. And hell, even in Bioshock 2 multiplayer, with the last video that I uploaded, people are still cheating in online video games too. And it seems like a lot of the AAA developers don't really care. They get their money and that's it. I don't want to see that happen with this next Bioshock. And I have a feeling that it might. Now, it's not a knock on Cloud Chamber. It's not a knock on 2K or anything like that. I just have a feeling that it's going to follow trends of other multiplayer games. And I have a feeling microtransactions will be in the game as well. If they're purely cosmetic, and that's the only way I would want that, I'm okay with it because that's optional. And if you want, you can either buy them with money if you want to, or there should be a way to actually unlock it within the game. But that's more for the smaller problems. The cheating is horrible, and it's quite frankly the most I've ever seen in gaming across an entire spectrum. You can see so many people cheating in games like Warzone, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Destiny 2, Apex Legends, people in Battlefield. Any FPS that you can name or even envision right now that people are posting videos on, especially if they're online, they're going to run into their fair share of cheaters. And I feel so sorry for all my PC friends out there, because it seems like you guys get hit the worst. With consoles, all we deal with a lot is DDoSing, and that's horrible, don't get me wrong. But at least if we wanted to, we can still play the game. With PC, cheaters just drive away that motivation to want to play, and it just bums you out, quite frankly. So the biggest thing would be some sort of anti-cheat as well as the equivalent to that on console. Let me know if you all agree down in the comment section below, please. So ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today's video. If you think the next Bioshock should have a multiplayer, let me know what you think are the most important things down in the comment section below. And if you're on the other side of the spectrum, if you don't want a multiplayer in the next Bioshock, feel free to let me know why down in the comments as well. Let's all have a nice friendly discussion as a community. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching today's video. I really do appreciate it. And if you want to see more, feel free to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notified for all videos moving forward or all live streams. And I would greatly appreciate it if you did so. It only takes a second, really easy to do, and it helps out the channel. Other than that, if you want to talk to me outside of YouTube, my social medias and my Discord server are the best ways to do so, the links to which will be in the description down below. Again, thank you all so very much for watching today's video, and with that being said, I will talk to you all in the next one.